They were fighting a war
Yes.
without revenue.
Right.
In theory, they could receive imposts from the states. But in practice, they were almost totally dependent on loans, especially from France. And things got so desperate that 12 of the 13 agreed, but Rhode Island, being Rhode Island, would not agree, which led 1781, that led 81 into 82, that led Alexander Hamilton and some other people into a kind of half-baked scheme to try and use the Continental Army to leverage Continental Congress, including stubborn Rhode Island, into doing something to raise actual money to pay the expenses of a wartime government. So the founders, federal government, excessive spending by the federal government was, for most of them, not a severe anxiety. Now, something that Thomas Jefferson worried about. But for most of them, their experience was just the desperate struggle of providing it with some revenue so that it can perform a few
Basic functions.
functions.
Interesting.
No, even to have an army, not many people know this, but the Continental Army was almost entirely disbanded. I mean, almost entirely. Just a few companies of artillery were retained. So a little bit of
After the Revolution.
After the Revolution.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of American history trivia. Almost no regular army units have a heritage that goes back to the Revolution. Many National Guard units do. East Coast National Guard units do.
Sure.
From militia. But the Continental Army was almost completely disbanded, except for a few batteries of artillery. Washington's first term involves starting up an army. Again, small army, but an army. In order to do that, it was necessary to have some revenue. So a whiskey tax, excise tax on whiskey, which produced a rebellion in Pennsylvania.
Was that what's called the Bourbon War?
No.
No, okay.
At least not that I know of.
Okay.
President Washington responded pretty forcefully to it.